It is Sunday here in Sweden, and I don't know what date it is. Um, I think it's August 27, 2023. I'm pretty sure of it, that it is. And I told you that I should talk about my daughter and I was on this day, Sunday, we were going to Ireland. I had to take the taxi to the neighbor city, and she came from her place. She had to go with both bus and train and a bus again into the city. And we were worried that she should not find her way because she didn't know where the harbor was, where we should take the boat. But it works out very fine, and she found out a new way that was faster, and there was not cheaper to take. So that was very good for her and for me also, as she could come more easily to my place. And it was no excuse. It's no excuse because it's not so very hard for her to come to my home. But it is that she don't have any car because she have never got a dry license, because my daughter is a little paralyzed in her body, so she have hard to take a dry license. Not in her head, but it's in her body. She is half paralyzed in her body. That was, she got it inside me because I have high blood pressure. So she got the bleeding in her brain. But it's not intellectual. And I have talked to you about that I live in the United States and work for Muslims that was from Afghanistan. And the man in the home, he was raised in Pakistan, but he was Afghanistan, but was raised in Pakistan. And I work for them in the United States. And this the man in the house, he was economic manager for U.S. Airways. And the mother in the home, she was a doctor. And I took care of their 2 kids, a boy and a girl. And Bilal was the boy's name, and Madia was the girl's name, and they were 6 and 7 years old. And they were very bad to me, the parents. I understand a little where they're coming from. The Muslims, they were Shia Muslims, and coming from Afghanistan. And the man in the house, he had two mothers, and I met those two mothers. They come and live with us about 2-3 weeks, but not together. They come one by one. And the one that was very much into reading the Quran and do those service that should be, and she was very kindly to me, and she understood that I didn't get so much money for taking care of the home. So she gave me money before she left. She said it was extra work for you to have me here in the house. So she was very kindly, and we were praying together. Not in Quran for me. I was praying as a Christian in that time, but we were praying together. That we can do anyway, because we have the same God that we pray to. Then Muhammad is different from Jesus, but the highest one, the only one, God, that is the same. And so I have not really connected to what is going on just now. But I tell you that I met this. I told you that I am going to talk a little about my daughter today, but I'm going to also tell you about this man that I met, that I feel that I am in love with him, and I tell you why I feel like I do. But I talk about my daughter as I start with, and you know that I try to avoid to start to talk things that is the most important. I don't want to talk about it. That can be political things, and that can make me that they try to kill me. So I try to put it into other things first. And so I'm going to talk about my daughter and me this day, because this day was a real special day. It was when I could see. We say see, but it's not the eyes, but it is that I knew that God was with me today. Everything was going so perfect, and it was, we couldn't hardly felt that we were out on the sea. It was no waves on the sea, and we didn't know if it was going to be rain or very cloudy or wind, but it was perfect weather today. It was not really hot. I had a jacket on me because it was not a real summer. It was going to fall in that way, how to feel the weather, but it was still warm. And then we drive it. This is a small island, so it took about 50 minutes to come to the other side of the island and then going back again. We had 3 hours to be there before going back with the boat ferry for boat. And we were to a restaurant about after 1 o'clock, and they told us that they didn't have any food to eat. I don't know if they was looking at us that we were not, because this was a restaurant, the best restaurant on this island. It's most expensive, and we maybe didn't have the clothes to go in there. But we were in there and sit down, and they told us that they had no food. And then the waitress man, he said they had a sandwich with shrimps that we could eat, and also pork. And I say I don't eat pork, but I eat shrimps. I'm not into the food, what to eat and not to eat. I have talked about it earlier in this podcast, in the beginning of the podcast, and it's not there anymore because the devil have taken away many episodes that I recording in the beginning, and I have talked about it to those technical people. Where is the episodes that was from the start on my podcast? And they have not answered me yet. They always send automatic that it take time because there is many people support people that they should support, so they have no time to answer me, and it's very bad. It's SoundCloud that do that, but I have paid to have all the episodes there, and so it have to it be what it be. Will be, because I believe that those in afterlife, they give you those episodes they think that you need to listen at. So I think you listen to what is right for you, and some episode you don't hear because it's not right for you, and so I also talking about it from the beginning also. You know, I do a resume. I tell you how it started. I have done that in some episodes, so not everything is gone away. So you understand it when you listen at those episodes where I say how it started, that when God come down and talk to me, when I should do the suicide, but I was stopped by this higher priest in heaven, from heaven, that come down and talked to me, and then after he was gone, God come and talk to me about the future, and that future I have done. And so we And my daughter, she is vegan, so she don't eat meat, and she's not vegetarian because it's other things in vegan food. And she say, I can't eat the pork or I can't eat the shrimps. She say, can't you do a salad for me? And I be worried because I told my daughter, if it's this is the best restaurant on the island, there was many restaurants because it's tourist island. It was many people from all over the world there, and but not in the restaurant, but they were on the island, and she go angry that they didn't even have a salad to give her. She say, I'm hungry, and as you say, you close the restaurant at 2:00. So we suppose there is no restaurant open after 2:00. So we need to eat something here. And I say, I understood. I do a pressure on the restaurant because I told them that I can eat the shrimps and pay for it. So they should do a dish for me, and then they thinking that they couldn't let my daughter sit and see me eating. So from my side, I do a pressure on them. I knew I did that. It was the meaning of it. And so the waitress say after 2 times he have talking to us that was no food for my daughter. And then the 3rd time he say, I'm going to talk to the kitchen and let the kitchen come out and talk to you. He said to my daughter about it. She is adult, so I let her talk, but I support her by taking the shrimps sandwich, and then they come out from the kitchen and talk to my daughter, and then after a little while they come out with a salad, and it was beautiful salad. It was not this ordinary salad. They had some bread, toast bread in pieces inside the salad, so she has like something instead of the meat. And they had also the orange inside the salad, so it was not the ordinary salad. It was perfect. My daughter be so very happy, and I'm glad that she is hard. She know what she want, and in the restaurant way, because she has worked her whole life in a restaurant. She says she's 37. I asked her today because I didn't know how old she was, and I know when she was born, and I can count it if I want to do it, but it was easier to ask her. And so she is adult, so she can take care of herself. And that I have told you about this with anorexia. And today was she even more slim in her face. So I'm 100% sure she have anorexia. She eat a salad, but she exercise also. She rent a bicycle today so she could ride a bicycle together with me. I was on the scooter, so she could go with me by bicycle. It had not been good for her to walk the whole island, so she was on a bicycle, and it was expensive to rent, but as I paid for everything for her, so the money to rent the bicycle was not much. And we talk about it, and she say she understood that as she didn't pay anything for the boat and not for the food we eat, and of course it was expensive food because it was expensive restaurant. But I say that we are on vacation, you and I, today, so I don't look at money. I say I have always been that way. I don't look at money when I am on vacation. Then I should have the money I need to have on vacation. So, and then it was these strange things that we come to a road. There was one road straight ahead and one up on a hill, and it doesn't bother me as I see I have a scooter, but it was worse for her on a bicycle to be up on the hill. And I say to her, no, I want to go straight ahead because I want to drive along the coastline on this island. So we did that, and it was a nice path. It was not so we could anyone could drive a car there. It was for bicycles, and my scooter is not like a bicycle. It's wide, it's big, and we were driving there, and it was very nice. It was sunshine, and we look at the boat and take pictures, and that I'm going to have on my podcast, the pictures. I was thinking when I took that I should place it on my podcast, and after a long time, maybe 20 minutes, half hour, then it suddenly start the path be very, very bad, and it had been raining, and it was laying big holes with water, and I was thinking, how can I drive over those water with the scooter? But I could find a way around the water, and maybe only one wheel was in the water, and it was hard for my daughter with the bicycle also, with all this hole it was that the rain had done, and but it was then I say to my daughter, I hope it's not going to be slimmer, smaller road than what it is here. And after 5 minutes, I said to my daughter, it is, now it is what I told you. The road is impossible to ride on. And then it was so slim, so it was impossible for me to turn around and drive back to that big road for cars. We were too far driving in that path. And and we come. Why I say that to my daughter was because it was an hill, and it was mud the whole way up, and the whole way down. It was first going down, and it was a sign saying that to lead the bicycle down the hill because it was dangerous, because it was like a curve down in the hill. And I say to my daughter, you need to go with the bicycle first to see if there is any path around the curve, because we couldn't see it. It was tree there. And she took the bicycle and she ride down, even if the sign said that she must led the bicycle, but she could manage the bicycle, and she was screaming to me that it was a road, a path there in the curve, she said, so I could go down a very steep, very deep hill. And I was thinking, I hope this is the hardest piece of this path that we were going on. And then we go, and then suddenly it was stairs in the path, and I can't drive in the stairs. But it on the side of the stairs was it a hill to drive up, but it was slippery and mud, and it should not could drive up there. It was impossible. But there was it, this special that God was with us, because there was a man and his wife, I suppose. They were standing and look at us when we come, and we had not met any people. And suddenly they were standing there in the stairs. And the man said that he was not Swedish and he couldn't speak English, but he speak a little. It sounds like German, so we could speak to him. My daughter is very good in German, and he asked if he could help us. So he pushed me. I drive up, but he pushed the scooter so it didn't slide down again. So he did that, and it was much very hard for him to do it. But he tried to not let the scooter go down again. So we come up on the hill, and we say thank you to him, and we drive. And it was so amazing that it was standing a couple there when we have the hardest piece to go. We were thinking about that. And then suddenly was something that God or afterlife did for us, or for me. It was, it come a vehicle, a wide vehicle on that small path. But just when it come, this vehicle was from a restaurant and was sending out food to houses along the coast. And she was screaming to me when we met each other and said, "Oh, you are lucky that we met where is the widest path there is on this road," she say. And that's what they say when they don't believe in God. But God have placed us to meet each other on the most wide place we could meet. So it was okay. We could meet and drive away. And then also it was not that thinking that God was doing something or afterlife have done, but it was like afterlife have done. But if I have not got help in those other places, that it should not have happened. It was impossible to come forward. It was help there. And so I was thinking that was God also, because it come lots of people at the small path, and those it was like welcome from heaven. It was those people are like they were when I was up and so inside heaven. They were between 30 and 50 years old, and this was this kind of people, and they stopped. I was thinking I need to stop and let them go around the scooter, but they were stopped, and they were standing on both sides of the path and let me pass by. It was like heaven that I come there. It was the same thing in heaven. There was standing in line for me on both sides, but I was walking in the middle of this crowd of people. And it was exactly the same today. It was like I should know heaven did this to me. So we come forward and we come to the harbor back again. And we come about 40 minutes before the boat should take us to open up the door for us to go in there. And my daughter needed to go with the bicycle and leave it back where she took it. So it took her 15 minutes like that. So, and we bought, my daughter went into a place and bought us ice cream. So we eat the ice cream when we were going to the boat and standing in line to go up there. And then uh, it was a little wave because it have started to be gray weather and start to come rain drops. And so it was a little waves on the sea, but we come in the harbor, and it was about less than 5 minutes. My taxi come and took me in to the taxi, and we drive home. And I say bye to my daughter because she was going with a bus on in the same place. So it was excellent today. Um, and my daughter, she find her way home. She wrote me on the internet on the train that she fixed the whole way home. And we share a picture that we have taken, both she and I, and collect picture for today. So it was a blessed day, really blessed day. It was things that could go wrong, but it didn't go wrong because those in afterlife was with us. And I said to my daughter that when we left, I say to her, I'm going to, I want to tell you, when I'm waiting for her when she was with a bicycle, when she come back, I say, I want to talk to you about something. And I have already talking to God inside me, but I want to talk to you about it also. And I told her that we could have not coming through those places on the way back home, and it was impossible to turn around. There was no place to turn around on. I needed to go forward in some way, but that I really saw God in this. I say to her that He helped us come through those 3-4 times, 5, 6. That was very hard because my daughter also drive into a step to a house that was just in the curve. I saw it, but she didn't see it because she was looking at me, she said. And many things could have happened that have made us not coming to the boat in the right time. So I take a little water. Now I can talk about this man to don't let, if there is some spy going on, they don't listen so long time on the podcast. I have seen it. And it's this, I don't tell everything here now. But this, I understand what's going on from heaven. Because this man I met in the cricket match, cricket competition. They are in the highest top in Sweden, this team. And he say that to me. he was from Afghanistan and have told me that he was going over three lakes, seas, oceans by boat, and he said it was so scaring to be out on the water in a small boat and with so much people in the boat. He said that, but I say to him that it was a meaning that you should, many of those boats that come from Afghanistan, those boats didn't come through and people was killed in those boats, many of them. But you come here and you come to Sweden, and it was a meaning why you come to Sweden, I told him. And I know it's a plan that he should meet me. And we were sitting and talking, and I think a cricket game is, I don't know very much about cricket, but he explained a little for me. And so in some reason he have been forced to walk away from the game. The cricket is like that. They take out people from the team, those good player in cricket, and they can fool them, take them, so they have to leave the game. So they have done that, and that's also a way to see it, that heaven have done that. So he was out. So they were playing on the field cricket, but he come up to me and start to talk to me, and so I told him that I was a healer, and he said that I have been in so much things in Afghanistan and on my way here to Sweden. And he say, why is people so cruel? Why is it that there is so much evil? He said to me this, and that is what I go for. But I know that the devil can fool me in that way. So what he say, it's only a little. It can be true and it can be a lie. So I know that. And then I took his arm, and he had really big arms because he was playing cricket, and very hairy. They are very hairy, those people from Afghanistan. They are very much hair, and I don't like hairy arms, but I like him, and I like to hold his arm and talk to God. And one thing I didn't say last time when I was talking about this was that I am not going, I don't lay hands on people that have mental issues. And he had mental issues because he was depressed, he say. So I didn't lay my hand on his arm, and I asked those in heaven, I can't lay a hand on him because he have mental issues. And can I wanted to do it, can I lay hand on his arm, and they told me very quick it come, yes, that I should do it. So they told me in heaven. So I need to remember to ask them on things that can be dangerous for me, to ask them first if I should do it or not, or what I should do. So I lay hand on him, and when he left with these other people that come and took him back to the car where they were leaving in. When I go home, I felt I must go home very quick and lay me down in the bed and relax after this, because it was something coming into me also in the same time I did the healing. And I have talked about that it can happen, that it be on both sides that we got healing. And so I lay down and fall to sleep, because it drain out my energy when I do the real healing from God, what he's saying. And so I was not thinking that he was from Afghanistan, and I can tell him my experience of Afghanistan when I was when it was the terror attack, September 11, 2001. I can tell him, and then I have told you that I have a flag, American flag from 2001 that I find on the street, and I took it up, and I have never washed it, and it's hanging now over a chair, because I showed this for the missionary from the church when they come, and I said I was close to the terror attack, and I pick up this flag, I say, and I had seen that before, but it looked like it's much blood on that flag. If something make it to be like blood on the flag, or if it's coming from, like the money is coming from heaven, and they have done something with the flag from heaven. And I'm going to show him this flag one day, but I need to know him better before I start to talk to him, that I know some of this Afghanistan, and it's dangerous to tell him, if I don't know him, that I was sending some evidence from the home where I was, that they did something, criminal things that have with the terror attack to do. And I find a tape recorder, a real modern one that is for internet, and in the trash, and they have threw it away, and I was taken in and playing with it, because it was like a address book, and suddenly it opened up everything in that machine. It should not have opened up, but as I see it today, I think heaven wanted me to open up that computer address book, and it was many. As he was manager for U.S. Airways economy, he had all these addresses to many economies, United Nations things, and then some names of people. And why I took that address book, it was because I was sitting one day in his office, and when they were not at home, and I should write out something, type out something from the computer. So I didn't look at the paper pile that was there at the computer. I only took in my hand in to grab a paper to print on, and I felt it was something in the pile. And then I saw it was a check from in Arabic languages, and but it was a check of $40,000, and it was 2001, so it was much money. And so when I printed out the paper I should print, I also scan that check and print it out and send it to FBI together with this address book and some other and some things I have noticed that was not normal. But I was frightened to do that when I was in United States. So I did it when I come back to Sweden. I sent it to FBI from Sweden. And on television, some maybe a half year later, I heard that they have taken him into prison and wanted to investigate what's going on. I heard it, that they have done that. But after maybe 1-2 weeks, they say at the news that that man was released. So they didn't find out anything against him. And I'm shaking my head, but I understand that because he said that this man that was manager for U.S. Airways, it come ops. I don't know what it is, what they call it. This white light ball come on the side of me now, but and now it stopped me from saying things. I forget what it was I was talking about. But it was at the end of my talking that he was released, and it was this, that he said that often to me, that American people are so stupid. He say that all the time, that he was over the United States government, like they were stupid. And they have placed him on the highest position in U.S. Airway and with the economy, and then it was those airplanes that fly into the Twin Tower, and he had something with that to do, but they couldn't take him. He was protected. He was he took the flight to Pakistan in Easter and come back with very much things in his suitcases. And he said, they are so stupid, American. He's our economy manager, so no one look at my suitcases. I can pick home whatever I want to pick home, because I only... And then he showed me, he do a sign with his hand, like, I'm the boss, so it's going through. So he could carry home and take with him much medicine. They take every time. The doctor, his wife was, she stole from the hospital medicines, and they bring it with them to Pakistan. And no one look at their suitcases. So in some ways he was right, because what they were doing. And here in Sweden, when I was working with nuclear plant, do the fuels, we had a man that was mixing the fuels, and they find out that he was for Russia in spy things, and so he couldn't work in the nuclear plant anymore. They find it out. They're checking him out. But in the United States, they didn't check him out. This man that was the manager for the economy, and he was often working from home. And he had with him in that time, 2001, he had CDs with him from the security things he working with for U.S. Airway. So I could, if I wanted to see them or copy them, I could have done that. The key for the whole airplane. I could do that. So in some way he had right that they were stupid. They didn't check him out. And then the last thing he said to me before I ran away, he said that he should do a surgery on his nose, so he didn't had this Arabic nose anymore. He told me. He told me very much things that I told the FBI what he have said, because he was thinking I also was stupid. But I wasn't, as I reported it to FBI later on. So it can be something with what happened. It's many years since, but it can have with something with the Afghanistan and the Talibans and those what's going on today. That's why I met this man. But I also have to be very careful, because it can be a trap from the devil also. So I need to ask those people in afterlife what's going on and what I should do, and not walk after my own thinking and knowledge that I don't have any knowledge. I'm like everyone else, stupid. But I'm stupid, but I obey God. That's why I am not stupid in that way. I'm wise because I know to obey. And stupid when I do my own thinking and think I have the control and thinking I know everything. Sometimes I am like that because I'm a human, and we are stupid in that way. But we are wise if we talk to heaven about what things we should do or not to do, and those knowledge we get from there. We can't rely on our own understanding. We have to ask and be educated from afterlife. So we will see what's happened. But today was a great day, very great day. And I knew afterlife was with me when we were driving around the coast of the little island. It was so perfect today. So God loves you and I love you too. Thank you for follow me and listen on my own experience and on my own learning from afterlife. So I hope I can do this with the man I met. I don't know his name, and he don't know my name. It's only on the cricket we can meet. I met him last time there were cricket, but I don't know how long they are playing the games. So when they continue to play the game, I have to go home because I start to freezing. But one time, he was standing and looked up on me that was on a hill, and he looked at me, and he maybe was thinking how he could reach me, but he couldn't. But I'm curious also what he had felt when I lay hand on him, if he felt something, and what he is going to say about it. So I hope we can talk one day. I don't know when they start to play the game and how long the game is, because then I could talk to him. Best is after the game to talk to him. We'll see. One day I maybe have a picture of him and me to give you. Thank you for listening.